Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. This is Minister Aaron Stanberry coming from Gulf Coast Christian Connection. That's right, Gulf Coast Christian Connection here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. We are New Dawn Community Network, and we are coming to you this afternoon with a new guest. I say a new guest. She's been on here several different times, but she is with us tonight, and she's going to bring up some more information about a father's fight. A father's fight for his rights to be with his child. Hello there, Miss Bolton. How you doing?
Greetings. I am doing extremely well given the conditions and state of the world today.
Ah, okay. Hang on a second. I got a little something here I got to take care of. There we go. All right. Now, what you say now?
I said I am doing exceptionally well
Ah, okay.
given the conditions that we are all under today.
Well, enlighten us on those conditions, what you're talking about there.
Well, of course, the big thing, the hot topic going on today is the COVID-19, the coronavirus, which definitely is spreading across the United States and at a rapid pace from my understanding and watching all the the news feeds and the reports from different states and being a part of the United States military, I can see directly how it's affecting folks from different areas and different places. So given the state of affairs today in this world, definitely blessed and highly favored
Oh,
and
okay.
trusting God.
That's the best way to be right now.
Absolutely.
So, what's new in your life that you're doing that you want to expound on?
Well, new thing for me is first and foremost, piggyback off of what we just talked about the COVID, hoping everybody definitely do the best they can to keep themselves and their families healthy and well, and do the best that you can to help someone out in a time of need. So that's first and foremost. And second, what I've been doing is working hard for the government. But what I wanted to talk about today, being as though the current situation has gotten everybody's schedules and everybody's lifestyles, in a disarray, and we kind of all over the place, but in the same place, meaning those who are quarantined or, places where people have to stay in the house and can't go to work, jobs are shut down, and so forth and so on. I figured it would be a great time to get up here and do some encouraging, connecting, and uniting our fathers and their children, right?
Hey, well, give me some information what you're talking about now.
So here's the deal. From my understanding, different states such as Virginia, they have already shut down schools for the entire year. So that means we're going to talk about mothers. You have mothers out here now that are faced with dealing with their children from sun up to sundown, Monday through Sunday. And what better time than to do some co-parenting and some children sharing than now.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Yeah,
I'm
you
on to
got it.
something, right?
You on to something there. So, they they gotta have somebody else to step in there and help them out there.
I'm thinking, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking. So now let's talk to these mothers, right? So
Okay.
a father's fight is built on the essence of fathers fighting to get an opportunity to parent their child, which for God has given them. Am I right about it?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right about that.
right about it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now you got these mothers that here's an opportunity. Look, there's never a bad time or bad timing to right and wrong. Now think, we in March. We got all the way to May, June, or whenever, your school was supposed to, regularly scheduled program was supposed to end, and now it
Right.
already ended for you.
Right.
However, some students are having to do schooling on Google School and all this kind of stuff on the internet. And mothers, you may need a break. You may
Mm-hmm.
get tired. Let's talk about our single parent mothers that may still have to go to work every day.
Yeah,
They
I hear
can't,
you.
they can't, say it again.
I hear you. I hear you.
Right. So, you know that baby daddy that you don't even like, that might have some time off, or maybe he's shut down from work or whatever the case may be. Now might be a good time to incorporate that father into that household, some shape, form, or fashion. I'm not talking about moving in, but now would be a good time to incorporate him into this new system of schooling and taking care of your children.
Bringing in responsibility.
There you go. Now would be a good time. Share some of that. Share some of that responsibility, because we all, day in and day out. Now we love our children, but after a while, you know, it gets a little uneasy and gets very tiring to be in the house. You're responsible for the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're responsible for the activities, entertaining them. Look, go ahead, make amends with that baby daddy, that children's father, and let him go on in here and pitch in and help out and give him an opportunity to spend some time with them children during this time.
Mm.
During this
Well,
time. Now, we
that
talk the fathers that want to, the ones that want to be a part.
right. Not the ones that don't want to be.
Now, however, the ones that don't want to be a part, go ask them too. See
Yeah.
if they got to change their heart. Maybe the COVID-19, have people thinking a little bit about, man, people are really dying here from this virus, and maybe I need to spend more time with my children while they're still here.
True.
So, and then this is one for the co-parenting success stories out there. Shoot, y'all can go ahead, since y'all already getting along. Uh, Plan some co-parenting activities with the children, things that you and the father and the children can do together in such a time as this.
Yeah, there are
I know
always some.
that's weird.
Yeah. Well, there are always some fun things that you can do all together. Um, and like you said earlier, it's very important that you build that cohesiveness with the children and the fathers and and now with everybody having to be in together and being in close
Exactly.
quarters together, um, now would be a good time.
Now would be an excellent time, and that's what um, this whole worldwide scenario has put in my head and my mind, to seize the opportunity to try to reconnect with our family members. Again, no better place to start than with the ones that's right in your house, because those are the ones that you got to be in here with, on a
Right.
daily basis right now. You can't go really, or you really don't want to go out and about during this time. So you might as well start and trying to fix some internal processes in your household would be a good time to take advantage of.
Yeah, I think it would probably would be a good time to do that. Um,
She real smart.
Anything else that's been going on that you're aware of?
That's all that I've been doing, that I have been aware of since this COVID-19 started. Like I said, we've been hot and heavy, on my federal government job. And as long as we have, our students coming from basic training, I deal directly with them.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, I deal directly with. So as long as they're coming from Lackland to Keesler, we have to be there. So there's no, real teleworking scenario every day. For what I do. But
Right.
what I also, like I said, just thinking about the times that we're in and how we can utilize these things to strengthen our families, that's what I came up with. And the benefit when we come out of this time, because I do believe that we're going to come out of this time. We're going to get back into doing things how we used to do them. However, there could be a little once we get back out there, instead of business as usual, business better than usual.
Well, that's what
It,
everyone's project. That's what they're projecting now. That things should be a lot better, a lot because there are a lot of changes and stuff within society right now
right.
that that are not that that will have a lasting effect on people. You know, and they're
Bringing
looking for
communities
yeah they're
together,
looking
neighbors
so
together.
So what's the line? When do we say, okay, we ready to start doing things again?
I say when the number of cases start to decrease over a certain period of
Well,
time.
well, if you look at that scenario, how many people a year catch the flu?
So I was thinking the same thing. Now you on to something because normally I'm on to something when we up here, but you on to something. I was thinking the same thing. Now, would it be a pandemic if we expose the number of flu cases that we get every year to include the number of people that die from the flu every year? Would this kind of look the same?
No, I think the flu
Yes.
epidemic will probably be more of a pandemic than what we're going through right now.
Now, here's where I pay attention. Definitely not afraid of it because I plead the blood in those types of things and those types of activities.
Amen.
But I look at it and I say to myself, it's definitely something to pay attention to because I've heard, and I should have done my own research, but how long it stays on cardboard, how long it's in the air. I think that's what
Well,
makes the
they say
difference between how.
different surfaces that it stays
There
about.
you go.
I think the maximum time maybe 5 hours on that's just saying on a broad thing there of not per surface, but just say an average, say about 4 hours. So, but the question is, and the line, and there's two lines that we have to keep our eye on, and one is the death rate
There you
from
go.
it, and the other is the recovery rate.
Recovery, exactly.
Now we see a lot of information about people who have been tested positive
Positive.
and the people who have died from it. But
What
there's
about the
no
people
statistic. I
recovering
have not
from
seen no statistic concerning people who have recovered from it and put that into to the mix and
it to
find
the
out
equation? That's
to the equation, yeah, and
exactly.
find out exactly what what those numbers are in relations to the percentage wise, and then the comparative thing is comparing it to other epi- uh, um,
But other
other
viruses,
things that
other
we've had,
things,
because every 4 years there's some type of
something that
pandemic come out where you have swine flu, bird flu,
the
um,
Ebola virus at one
Ebola
point.
virus. You had all these as comparative. So we're
Right.
saying we're using that same data,
Verbiage.
that
Hmm.
same data, and saying, well, okay, it should pass. It should
Right.
pass in 15 days. So after 15 days, what? That's
Exactly
the
what
question.
happened.
Because with the flu, the normal flu or influenza, which is there's a very different types of influenza.
Hmm.
They all have different types
Strands.
of screens and strains of it, and different types of effects, and so forth and so on. So saying all of that, look as though we are in a situation that once we know what um what can what we can compare it to. Right now, we don't have anything to compare it to. So once we can compare it to something, and knowingly, it's just like every year they have to put out a new flu vaccine because it you know mutates or whatever the case may be. So once they come up with a vaccine for it, and
Hmm.
then people start taking the vaccine, or just as we say, are you still? Just as we say, um, people start to just recovering. You
Right.
know, then we can integrate maybe it's the social. But like I said earlier, a lot of the procedures and stuff that we have set aside will stay in place. The distance and the hand. All of these things are things that we've been doing already with the flu, with
Right.
influenza. Let's put it like that. But my thing is, I think that there are some people that may be trying to use this weaponize it. I think that's the word is that we want to use is try to
To
weaponize
push
this
their agendas,
to push their
maybe.
agenda. And there's a
Hmm.
lot of agendas out there, but um, again, there has to be a line where we say, okay, let's deal with this on another level because people can't stay out of work for a month. They can't do it. I mean, I don't care how much stimulus that they put into the system or anything. People can't just keep.
Right. It's not going to sustain you long
It's
term.
not going to sustain
So
you.
here's the deal: when you say stimulus, can I interject right there?
Yeah, not. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to put this out there to whoever may hear it. If there is a stimulus package that's going to come down the pipe and actually, go to people's mailboxes in a form of a check, I
Well,
just want to
well,
say this time I get one.
what I've been known, what I've been hearing is that they're going to use the same procedure as they do with the IRA. The IRS. See, the IRS already have just about everybody's direct deposit information.
Yeah, electronic disbursements, right?
Right. Okay. Well, we're about
Oh, we gonna jump
about
off.
15 minutes into this. Let's take a break and we'll be right back.
All right. Stay tuned. There's more to come.
2 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and every woman her own husband. Y'all live in 2010, I'm looking 2020, and if you had 2020, you be seeing plenty money, but it's not about the money, it's about me and you. It's only one thing left to do, the feeling going deep, call it Drew Brees, slow dancing in the Crescent City on Florida leaves, hold out your hand, championship ring in, oh it's not an option, cause this is our team, so Tower, gotta catch a flight in the next hour. Wall Street teach about the money and the power, but Jesus told me that the world is all ours. Have you been on the beach with black sand in your feet? Rainbow colored fish, the country is Belize, the wind is in the breeze, our room is in the trees, the macaws are in the wild, unbelievable it be. I've been waiting for this moment, for my whole life, finally found a woman that I could call my wife, finally found a match that I want trying to like. WWF, a woman worth the fight, the feeling going deep, call it Drew Brees, slow dancing in the Crescent City on Florida leaves, hold out your hand, championship ring in, oh it's not an option, cause this is our team, so let's take giant leap for us, Neil Armstrong, I love you this much that I'll go to the moon, no ifs, ands, or buts, no dark side, baby, so it's nothing to discuss, I need you, girl, like the water need the beach, like bikinis need the girl, the Wrangler need the Jeep, the thought of not having you made me feel so weak. You and me together's like the R and the B, let's have a Kodak moment. We lounging in the keys, not on the piano. Two-seater jet skis, sun rising off the ocean. We on the balcony, so this is it, baby. Love, the feeling going deep. Call it Drew Brees, slow dancing in the Crescent City on Florida leaves. Hold out your hand, championship ring in, oh it's not an option, cause this is our team, so let's take
Amen. Jesus at the bottom. He is waiting for whoever needs him right there at the bottom. Well, we coming to a close of the show, and we're going to be going back and talking to Miss Shaunita Bolden, founders of the Father's Fight, and we're going to close this out with some words about how all of this is affecting her ministry as advocate for fathers who are trying to get in contact with their kids, and how this whole situation that we're in is changing the way we do business. Miss Bolton, what you say?
Yes, I am so glad that you mentioned how the part about how what we're going through with the COVID-19 is affecting everything. So our fathers that's in the fight currently, and I'm gonna speak from some real true examples. The system we talk about, if you're in the fight for your rights and you already have a case out there, and you got lawyers and judges and things like this, and court cases, visitations that already are set up, you might see a slight slow movement in being able to continue on in your with your court proceedings and the visitations at certain locations. Say, for instance, if you're a father and you have visitations at an off-site, not at your home somewhere, and that facility has to be open and ran in order for your child to come, and you can come. Well, they might not be open. So if that's the court-ordered location for you to see your child, you might miss a visit. So this virus, like I said, it's not only affecting, just people in their bodies, it's affecting everything that you can think of, down to the fact that you might have a court-ordered visitation set in stone. And because of what's going on now, you might miss that, and you might not
So,
get that opportunity.
so who should they be contacting to try to get more information about that?
Hopefully, you have a personal number to your lawyer, because calling the lawyer offices and, depending on who you're dealing with, hopefully you have some type of direct connection to whoever your lawyer is, and to whoever, again, that scenario we used about a facility or place that you're supposed to meet up with. Hopefully you have a direct line to these folks, because if you don't, if you just call in their office, you might not get anybody. You might not receive a return phone call in a while. Unfortunately, this is and can happen. So what I would say, my advice to fathers that might find themselves in this situation, just continue on documenting, your own records, what's supposed to be happening at this time, maybe your court dates that you're missing because the courts are closed, or, whatever's going on. Maybe it's just something different going on in the court system, and you can't reach your lawyers and stuff like that. Just keep track and keep documenting. So when this time, boils over, or we're through this hard time, then
Well,
you
that's
can have, say it again.
I say that's some good information that they need to know.
Yeah.
Um, there is a question though. How many? Is there any? What's the percentage of local people, local young men in that situation? Do you have those numbers?
Don't have those numbers, and I haven't even had an opportunity to do any kind of research on that, in that area right now, because like I said, I'm staying so hot and heavy with what I have
Right.
going on. But I definitely would be interested in doing something like that, just to kind of do a survey to see how many fathers have court dates that now might get pushed back, or they can't get in contact with lawyers and things like that. I know in a certain state, North Carolina, this is real.
Yeah.
This is real.
Okay. Well, it's been a nice conversation we have about a father's
Yes,
fight and how they can go about um, getting back in their children's life or their child's life, and that's a very important thing that must be continued. Um,
absolutely.
because the importance of it is so much when it comes to young people and growing and relationships. Because everyone has a father and everyone has a mother, and they
That's
need to
right.
know both of them, and both of them need to be in their life.
That's right. That's right. At least know them. But nonetheless, uh, again, just take this opportunity, like I said, for you mothers that have, full custody or full control. Maybe not custody, but control of the situation right now. Take this opportunity to look at doing things a little different.
Okay. Well, until next time, we're gonna wrap this one up. How about that?
Absolutely. It's been
Okay.
a blast.
All right. Well, until next time, we'll see you, and may God bless.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
This is a song that was written by Minister King Braxton. Come on, give God a praise for him. Hallelujah! I didn't know there was nobody but God. I know mama that was good and daddy that was good. Husband and wife, all that was good, but it still was nobody but God. When I look around and I see that mama didn't make the sun shine and daddy didn't make the wind blow. It wasn't the husband and the wife that made the trees grow, but there was nobody. Through at me. After some time, I still went out there and because I know that hear my face right. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do because God already knows my problem. And I know that He brought me all the way from the rocket of my faith to where I am now. And He never left me, Lord, and He ever forsaken me. So I trust Him, I leave, I depend on Him. And if anybody here with Jesus, I can't lose. I can't lose. Jesus on my side. That's how we survive. Talk about a lie on the first side. But with Jesus on my side, here's how we make it. We survive. We are friends that come, friends that go, business come, business go. But with Jesus on my side, that's how we survive. Everybody, everybody. With Jesus,